Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we have two steering racks and pinions from Ford Fusion. Here is my original one from 2016. It looks clean pinion. Here is a rack, and I have a problem with that. Here is the old one. I got it from a parts yard, and it looks rusty, the pinion, but doesn't really matter what's outside. The pinion inside is clean and has no problems. And the reason I have those racks on my table is I'm having a problem with my original one. It's throwing the code C102D. It's a high friction inside steering. And here is a symptom. You turn the car on, you start accelerating, and exactly at 40 miles an hour you see the popping messages on your dashboard. It's a service advanced truck, a steering loss, and hill start assist not available. And while there is a active recall, I don't think it's gonna help many people, because you can see in this recall the dealers will only apply sealer and replace the bolts for the gear motor, and dealers will replace the gear only if bolts are broken or missing. And the gear, it doesn't mean a steering rack, it could mean just a motor. I have called my local Ford, and it turns out my steering rack been serviced by sealing the bolts. So back to the high friction. I'm trying to move pinion, but it doesn't really move a lot. It moved maybe an inch and it's it. It doesn't matter how much force do I apply. It only works when the power steering works after I reset the code. So it did work until you shut off the car and start again. And here's the old rack and pinion, and I can show you how it's supposed to work. It moves so smooth and easy. There is no power steering needed to spin this pinion, even with just my finger. The main source of the problem is water. It gets inside the boots when they do expand. When you steer, one of the boots expands and sucks the air from the outside and all the moisture with this air. So you have to make sure that they are tight. If you've got a moisture on the shaft that is inside the steering rack, then it will rust. And the bearing that contains 80 something balls inside will have problem traveling through this shaft, and this could be a problem in this case. After doing some online research about the code C102D, I have found that the only reply people get about this problem is to replace the steering rack, and I'm trying to explain why do you have to change the whole rack. Here's a shaft inside the rack and the bearing on it, and you can see there is some rust on it. And the funny story is you can buy this shaft and bearing in Europe, but for some reason it is unavailable in the US. Well, at least I couldn't find any, not a shaft and not a bearing. And this is a my bed bearing at my rack. And I was surprised after taking the electric motor off. I found that the belt is in perfect condition. Even thought it had to pull this bearing through the shaft every time I reset the code, because it does work after you reset it. But once you shut off the car and start it again, you don't have a power steering. So you have to reset the code again, and then you have a power steering with a little noise, but it will work. Yes, it will throw the messages on your dashboard, but it will get you to your destination. So if you can get this bearing and the shaft in your country separately, then you will save a lot of money, because here in the US the new rack and pinion will cost you around $1,800 before installation at the dealer. So yeah, you can get used one as I did, or you may try your luck with a new Chinese steering rack. If you do replace your steering rack due to the same problem, don't throw your old one, because you may need the steering angle sensor or the electric motor in the future. I'm glad if this video helped you, and sorry if it didn't.